You know what? I love fall. I love fall because I fall prey to my TBR. Hello, my name is Tessa, and today I am sharing with you my fall TBR. Listen, if you were here for the summer wrap-up, you know that I tried to have an Ali Hazelwood summer. That didn't happen. Usually during summer, people read romance. I read Arthurian legends and books about murder, so to each their own. I completely missed the memo and read the fall books during summer, and now I don't know what I'm going to read. I guess we'll find out. And usually during fall, people fall back into their fantasy series reading habits. I'm so sorry. So without further ado, let's jump right into my fall TBR. So first of all, in my fall TBR, let me just share this with you now. I know I alluded to this in my last video, but I'm properly announcing it now. I'm deep into my Raylo phase right now. I know, I'm a rat, I'm nasty, I know all that. So, of course, I am going to try and have my Ali Hazelwood moment right now during fall, which didn't happen during the summer when I tried and planned it. Listen, I don't choose my phases, they choose me. And so, I am going to try and have an Ali Hazelwood fall. What does Ali Hazelwood have to do with Raylo? I'm gonna ask you to stop right there and Google it, alright? I'm not going to give you this, it's not me. So, kicking off my fall TBR, I have here with me Bride by Ali Hazelwood. What have I heard of this book? I have heard this is an alpha, beta, omega book. So that's crazy! If you were ever on AO3 and you're familiar with the concept of the Omegaverse, neither am I. I have been told this is deeply spicy. I'm currently halfway through. No spice yet. This book follows Misery, and Misery is a vampire, and she is tasked with marrying a werewolf to secure the peace between the vampires and the werewolves. Misery, however, has her own motives for this union, and she must ally herself with the alpha of the pack, who just so happens to be her new husband. You know, Ali Hazelwood, she writes spice very well. It's very spicy, so if you're a younger reader, ask your parent. The writing is not that life-changing. It's okay. It's very fast-paced. Some scenes are like impossible to put down. The pacing is very good. Ali Hazelwood, she has this thing that I immensely respect, which is she writes men that are built like fridges, and she writes teensy tinies girlies. I hate this trope. I hate it with my whole being. But you know what? Raylo phase. Fuck it, I guess. That whole trope kind of annoys me, and that doesn't sell me on a book. What sold me on this was vampires and Ali Hazelwood. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm trying to see how this will go. I will keep you guys updated. Next, in my fall TBR, I have here Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Yes, I'm really trying, guys. I'm really trying here. I hope I get to this one before the weekend. Someone told me that I should have read this one before I read Problematic Summer Romance. Oops, I guess. And also, my friend Kiki, who is also a really big Ali Hazelwood fan, told me that this is the weakest of her books, which we will see. This follows Rue, and Rue has her whole life stabilized. Rue has a very stable career as a biotech engineer in like a food engineer company? Food science company, my mistake. She's doing well, life is going well, all smells like roses, everything is perfect, her skin is clear, her crops are watered, and then comes this guy. Then comes this man, Eli. And Eli wants to buy the startup. Period. And this guy, Eli, is used to getting what he wants, but when he wants Rue and their interests are very conflicting, they have to start this affair and they have to see each other in secret, and they know that this thing has a deadline, which is the day that he either buys the startup or he doesn't. It actually sounds really interesting though. If this is the weakest of the bunch, I guess. We all know how this is going to end up because I have read Problematic Summer Romance, so don't do as I did, but I don't know. And I kind of like the cover. It's not nearly as bad as the next cover that I'm about to show you guys. Trust me. All in all, I'm reading all the romances I should have read during summer here in the fall, and I love that for me. Next, I have here for my fall TBR, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Listen to me. I passed by this book in the bookstore, and I told my boyfriend, "Hey, do you know that's a book about swimming?" And he laughed in my face. I would have laughed in my own face. How am I going to read this in front of my dad? Listen, I'm usually not a person that uses book sleeves. I am proud of what I'm reading and I don't care what others think. But hey, yo! This book follows Scarlett, and Scarlett is an expert at platform diving. Not only that, but she's also trying to get through med school. Multitasking queen, I fear. And you know, there's this thing with the swim captain. Swim captain is a guy called Lucas, and Lucas is focused on winning. It's about drive. And these two, nothing in common until something happens and they have to start this arrangement. It sounds a whole lot like synchronized swimming. I just got a TikTok about this book this week saying how absolutely filthy this is. Who would have thought? I hope this closes my Ali Hazelwood reading streak, whatever is happening, with, you know, a little pretty bow. A little pretty bow to top it all off. I think I've mentioned this before. But be careful, guys. I think this is spicy. Next, in my fall TBR, I have here The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzan. I think I've mentioned how I'm like in my Raylo phase or something. At this point, should I do a video that's like books that were once Raylo fanfictions? Tessa, I've seen this book everywhere. There's no way this is Raylo fanfiction. I'm going to read you the back of the book. The Night Empire casts a long shadow over the land. Nothing can stand in the way of its might and power. Year by year, the hurricane wars take and take. And yet, there is hope in the darkness. One lone light stands against the empire. And then there's a blurb by Ali Hazelwood that just says, "Lives will be changed by the hurricane wars." I'm sure they will. This is a YA adult novel, and this follows our main character, Taliesin. And Taliesin grew up as an orphan in the shadow of the Night Ember. Or should we say, Emperor Palpatine. Night Emperor. Taliesin has a secret. She has light magic coursing through her veins, because of course she does. On the other hand, we have Prince Alaric. And he was forged by his father to be a weapon against all threats in the galaxy, in the Empire. That is until Prince Alaric sees Taliesin across the battlefield, wielding the same magic that swept tragedy across his family. In a clash of light and dark, their powers merge and they create a force like never seen before. Oh, this really reminds me of something. Listen, every other book right now is either a Hermione fanfiction, which thank you but no thank you, or a Raylo fanfiction, which I am glad to read, and I will read them all. Thank you so much. I am really excited to read this one. My friend Kiki, who I previously mentioned in my Ali Hazelwood rant, is also reading this one, and she says it's really good, and she just has let me know that the dedication right at the beginning of the book just said, "I did this for the rats," which is, it's me. I'm the rat. This is a duology, and it's a completed duology, so if I like this one, I'm most likely reading the second one, and I just have a feeling that I will like this one, guys. I don't know, it's a really strong feeling. I don't know. Next, in my fall TBR, I have here an Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir, and this includes first book, which is an Ember in the Ashes, second book, which is a Torch Against the Night, third book, which is a Reaper at the Gates, and fourth book, which is a Sky Beyond the Storm. And if you're going to ask if I'm bothered by the different book covers, yes I am. Let's get through it. I have bought this book 11 years ago. This has been sitting on my shelf for 11 years. What motivated me to pick this series up was actually one of you guys. It was a follower of mine named Ella, and she comments on every single one of my videos and messages me after every YouTube video that I put out. She's so sweet. So I trust her judgment, and I wanted to give this one a go. So thank you so much for the recommendation, Ella. This is about a nation who is struggling under an oppressive empire. In this empire, those who do not surrender their blood and bodies to the emperor risk the execution of their loved ones. This follows Laia, who lives with her brother and her grandparents, and the last thing that they want is to challenge the empire. But one day, Laia's brother gets taken away. When he gets taken away, Laia allies herself with rebels and promises to spy for them, enlisting herself in one of the most prestigious military schools in the empire in exchange for her brother back. In this military school, Laia will meet Elias. Laia will soon discover that their destinies are now intertwined, and their choices might just shape the empire itself. I'm really just so excited to get to this book. I've seen it everywhere, in online spaces, in bookstores. It's everywhere. The world just really fascinates me. I can't wait. I love like these books that have a very like political world with multiple things happening at the same time. I love to understand how the inner world works, what's at stake. So I think this will be just up my alley. Let's hope I'm right. Let's hope I'm right. I'm crossing fingers that I'm right. And yeah, I can't wait to get to it after 11 years on my shelf. I just realized that I completely forgot to mention the genre of the book, but it's YA fantasy, you guys. I'm so sorry. Speaking of YA fantasy, next in my fall TBR is Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. Again, another book that I've had on my shelf for so long that in the meanwhile, a movie adaptation was announced. So I'm excited for that, but I'm excited to read this first. This follows Zelly, and Zelly still remembers when the soil of Orisha hummed with magic. There were many types of magic casters in Orisha, including Zelly's mom, who could bring forth souls from people that had passed on. But everything changed the night that a ruthless king ordered the people with magic to be destroyed and killed. After this disaster, Zelly is now set on taking out the crown prince, who is set on eradicating magic for good, and Zelly will count on the help of a rogue princess as well. Yet, and because we're totally not in an enemies to lovers streak, you guys, Zelly faces her greatest challenge when she encounters her own feelings for the enemy on the table. I wonder if something just triggered all these books about enemies to lovers, you guys. Also, what an amazing cover. This is truly gorgeous. Oh, I just read like the thing on the back and it says, "They killed my mother. They took our magic. They tried to bury us. Now we rise." I am pretty sure that I will adore this one and keep on with the rest of the series, but we'll see. We'll see. Also, is it actually me reading a fantasy book for fall? What became of her? And last but certainly not least, I have here with me the We Hunt the Flame duology by Hafsa Faisal. First book is We Hunt the Flame, and second book is We Free the Stars. Also, you guys, is this another YA fantasy enemies to love? I hate enemies. I hate people that want to kill each other and then they want to kiss each other on the mouth. I hate it. I'm so predictable. It's ridiculous. If they ever make a Tessa bingo, I'm losing. I'm losing at my own game. This follows Zafira. And Zafira disguises herself as a man, and she crosses this cursed forest in order to feed her people. Nazir, on the other hand, is the prince of death, and he murders any and everyone who dared to threaten his father, the Sultan. They both hold secrets, however. If Zafira was ever outed as a woman, all her deeds would be discredited, and if Nazir would ever show compassion, his father would punish him in the most brutal way. When Zafira embarks on a quest to retrieve a lost artifact that just might restore magic to her people, Nasir embarks on a similar quest. Get the same artifact and kill the hunter. Also, I gotta say, gorgeous cover! Gorgeous covers! And they look so nice on my shelf. I actually decided to get these after I saw Kate's books on TikTok talk about them, and I trust their judgment immensely. And they also have a book coming out! So I think it's like inspired by Legally Blonde, which is so interesting. I'm so happy for them. But I am really excited to get to these. I think the author also came out with a new series, A Tempest of Tea. The cover looks absolutely amazing. I'm a sucker for pretty covers, and that's how I end up with like books to read on my shelves that have been on my shelves for over 11 years. There's a lesson to be learned here, I fear. And that concludes my fall TBR. Let me know if you have read any of these books. Let me try and pick them up. This is a big pile. All this until when? December 21st? I can do it, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. All my social media will be in the description. Make sure you follow all my adventures on there. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!